turn off the ignition. Pull up the handbrake. Pull on the bonnet release lever and open the bonnet. Take off the engine cover. You will then be able to see the diesel filter. To be able to access the diesel filter, you must first take off the protective plate. To do this, start by removing the 3 holding screws with a socket wrench and an 8mm socket. Then, finish off by hand. Remove the protective plate. Using a flathead screwdriver, remove the 2 holding leads for the electric connector. To do this, lift and push them so that they're freed from the holding spurs and can thus be extracted. Now, disconnect the hoses from the diesel filter. For each of them, push on the coloured part of the connector with your nail or a flathead screwdriver while pulling on the tube. With multi-bit screwdriver or a socket wrench, an extender and an 8mm socket, remove the 2 screws that hold the diesel fuel filter. Once they have been extracted, you are able to remove the filter. Get your hands and a fluid collection container and paper towels to remove the fuel present in the fuel filter cartridge. Turn the central connector to the right and lift it off. Careful, the diesel contained within the filter will now drain out. Keeping the filter in your hand, use a multi-bit screwdriver and a 15mm Torx socket to unscrew the 3 screws found on the top. You must now separate the filter cover from the cartridge. Pull on the central connector. Careful, the cover may come out suddenly. Make sure you check that the joint from the old cartridge is not stuck to the fuel filter cover. Take the new cartridge. The new cartridge comes pre-installed with an orange drop-shaped gasket. It is very important to correctly position it to ensure water tightness before replacing the cover. Place the cover back into the new cartridge. Be sure to slot it in place properly. You can then lock the cover back on by pushing down the central connector. You can now rescrew the 3 holding screws on the cover. Be sure to remember to put the central connector in position, rotating it once anti-clockwise. Be careful, as sometimes the round piece of plastic from the old cartridge remains in the bottom of the cartridge housing. Make sure to remove it before putting the new one in. Install the new filter into its housing. Fix it in place using the 2 fastening screws. Since your vehicle is not equipped with a primer pump, it is vital to pre-fill the filter before starting your car. Take a primer pump and a container filled with diesel. Connect the flexible outlet tube of your primer pump to the diesel filter. Insert the inlet tube from the primer pump into your diesel container. Then, repeatedly squeeze the pump to fill the filter. Stop the process when there are no more bubbles in the tube and the primer pump doesn't pump easily. Remove the booster assembly and reconnect both hoses and filter connectors. Start your vehicle to ensure that the filter has been properly filled. Then, put the protective plate of the diesel filter back in place and fix the 3 holding screws properly. Put the engine cover back on. Operation completed.